Greetings, this is Sloshworks, and welcome to This Is the Police. There's a pretty damn cool introduction to the game, which I'm going to put up just after this, and then we'll just jump straight into a new game. I haven't actually played this. I've watched a little bit on YouTube, but I really don't know how it's going to go. But this game looks pretty damn fascinating. I'm going to kind of let it speak for itself. But it's a simulation adventure RPG, I guess, is the way we're going to kind of look at it. So we're going to jump straight into a new game. We're on version 1.0.26, and I'm just going to play the introduction, and then we'll go straight into the game. Let's go.
Usually, before I go shaking my tits for the press, I like to go see how the professionals do it. Some might say the chief of police has no business in an institution like this. But in fact, it's the quietest and safest place in town. You won't run into any reporters, nobody gets into any fights, nobody drinks too much, nobody even raises their voice. The place is owned by an elderly gentleman who knows how to keep things under control. That's why I never invite my friends here. I wanted to make an exception for my 60th birthday, but most of my colleagues are young enough to be my sons, and they'd rather just hire prostitutes. Why stare at some boobs when you can take the whole package for yourself? But there's none of that in our club. Even looking too long is considered indecent. You can get an occasional glimpse, like by accident. The rest of the time you just pretend that you're immersed in conversation, or just come by for a drink. Doesn't mean these gentlemen wouldn't want their bald heads smothered in tits. It's just that nobody says it out loud. My younger colleagues might call it hypocrisy, but I call it the good old-fashioned manners. Good manners and leave the rest unsaid. She agrees to unbutton her blouse, and we agree not to pay too much attention. The girls are on a quiet prowl, too. They're looking for a way out of their cramped rooms. Maybe make friends with some wealthy patron with a pacemaker and dentures. Everybody wants something. But we have to control ourselves, or we'll all turn into libertines and prostitutes. Hell, if there weren't any rules, I'd be belching and farting, jumping up on the table, arms held high, yelling, "Shake it, baby!" No idea how I got so barbaric.
Day 1, July 15, Monday. Mayor Rogers, sex maniac. Okay, so can we read these papers? We can't read the papers. Okay, City Hall confirms rumours of Jack Boyd's resignation. So I'm pretty sure that we are Jack Boyd, the head of the police. Mark War 2, to be shown in Freeburg the day before the worldwide premiere by the mayor's personal request. So Mayor Rogers, sex maniac. So the mayor's... I really don't know what to expect from this, but I've watched a little bit of the gameplay and it looks pretty damn cool. Okay, so what's going on? What's happening?
When I was a kid, my father sometimes told me at bedtime that if I closed my eyes and didn't open them for a long time, all the demons would blow away. Yesterday I turned 60, but I still take his advice. Not because I'm sentimental or want to keep the memory of my father alive. I just can't think of a better solution. To get away from all the demons that haunt Freeburg, I'd need to wear a blindfold 24/7. Plus, it's a good idea to act blind when talking to reporters. At least that's what my colleagues say. They're afraid of press conferences. But for me, it's more like a confessional. No matter what lies you tell, you're privately thinking the honest answers. It helps me remember who I am. The fact that I'll be reading all about it in the papers tomorrow is a small price to pay. Call it penance for the preacher. This is the first time I'm afraid of those answers my mind has given me. Not because I'm mad I'm losing my job. Though it's true, I'm mad as hell. Not because I subconsciously blame everyone else. Though I damn sure do blame them. And don't even ask me what my next move is. I can't imagine. But even that doesn't scare me. The worst thing is, I know I'm gonna have to do something. And I'll be damned if I know how far I'll go. I may have a lot of vices, but predictability isn't one of them.
The hell is going on?
I learned a long time ago how to drive away the swarming demons. But what do you do when they're trying to rip your soul from your skin? Shutting my eyes tight as I can. The best solution remains the same. Play blind. I just hope the reporters think I was blinded by the camera flash.
Okay. So there's something very bad happening. Good morning. I have to click on it. Yesterday, the mayor's office officially announced your resignation. Did this come as a surprise, or did you know about it in advance? I'm going to say that it was a surprise. I'm just going to come out with it. I thought I'd be working as a policeman for another 5 to 10 years. I just want to serve the city. I was very surprised, of course. Do you already know the name of your successor? I think it's a new man. I think they'll bring in some new blood, a fresh mind to take a fresh look at the problem. Okay, so we'll go with that. After the recent corruption scandal, your deputy Francis Kendrick said he was looking forward to resigning. If the mayor offered him your position, would that change his mind? I'd be happy. It's hard to say, but I can't think of a more deserving candidate than Captain Kendrick. Although Kendrick was acquitted, many still believe that the police are cooperating with the mafia. Do you have anything to say about this? Bullshit. Excuse me, but that's a pile of horse shit. The mafia and the police working together. Maybe they're in cahoots with the aliens. The mafia are a bunch of low-life criminals. How about someone ask a real question? Do you think your personal relationship with the mayor could be the reason behind your retirement? Possibly. It's often difficult to say what guides policy decisions. Oh my god. Thank you. Okay, so something's happened to us.
How's the back today, Mr. Boyd?
Same as usual.
How did the press conference go?
You can read about it in the newspapers tomorrow. Don't let anyone in.
Even Mr. Kendrick?
Especially Mr. Kendrick.
Oh, I guess we don't like Mr. Kendrick. I love the little floating things, but in the background it's kind of cool. Okay. 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 Shitty day, mate. Shitty day.
As soon as I heard the door creak, I knew what face I'd see. When I tell Emma not to let anyone in, there's only one man it could be. Rude, arrogant, no warning. That's Mayor Rogers in a nutshell. White summer shoes, white socks, white shorts, white polo shirt, and the white smile of a hungry shark. Mayor Rogers enters every room like he owns the place. Even the floorboards under his feet sound like they're creaking an apology.
I really dig the
Never
narrator.
shy away
It's
from
good.
the odd corruption scheme. It's like the devil walks behind him. In the movies, the villains controlling the city play golf with the judges. Rogers plays tennis with them instead. That's about the only difference.
Jack, I was hoping to catch you after the press conference. You ran away so quick.
There's no smoking at City Hall. No reason for me to hang around.
Well, this morning I signed a ban on smoking in all public buildings. Soon you won't be able to smoke here either.
Soon enough, I won't be here at all.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. The people of this city like you, Jack. The police chief of all people. Don't betray that, Jack. Don't get wrapped up in any schemes. Sit nice and quiet for the next 180 days, and you'll be remembered as a hero. That's the only thing that you still have left. Be the hero.
Then how am I supposed to scrape together a retirement fund?
You had a million chances to secure a luxury pension. One that even I would have envied, although I've never set aside any money for myself. I'm not planning to retire anytime soon. "180 days of quiet, Jack. That's all I need. I don't have any problems with you, and you won't have any problems with me. I have a new assistant, Troy Starr. If you have something to tell me, call him. But try not to bother him. He's a busy man."
I'll do my best.
I wonder if it's the
Smoking at
Duke
the
Nukem.
office. One of my friends will be using it soon.
I wonder if it's the Duke Nukem voice actor. Kind of sounds like him.
Oh, I'm sorry, babe. Only the mayor has this number. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, is this Troy Starr?
Yes?
Go fuck yourself, Troy Starr.
That's awesome. Okay, we're at day 2. Head of Culture Department owns a villa in Italy. Okay, I don't know why that's news. Next police chief still unknown. Jack Boyd confirms police cooperation with the mafia. I did not say that. That's not what I said at all. That's me having my words changed on me.
Cops don't use the police station cafeteria anymore. There's some kind of stigma against sitting shoulder to shoulder with your partners. Everybody just takes snacks from the machines or grabs a meal and hammers it down in the corner like a vulture on a corpse. The main thing? Don't look into anyone's eyes. Could be construed as an invitation to sit together. The only people eating here are ghosts.
Aww. It's a lot of plot in
My
this.
deputy, Francis Kendrick. He recently became one of those ghosts. The subject of one of the most devastating corruption scandals in the history of Freeburg. No evidence to support the accusations, but everyone knows Kendrick's days are numbered. I need that file I asked for. Needs to be ready tonight. Francis didn't say anything, but I understood. Ghosts aren't supposed to talk. Besides, I got a feeling he was already finished.
Jesus. Okay, would you like to receive tips about how the games work? I'm a 60-year-old police chief, a few months away from retirement. I don't know. Please tell me how to play the game. Freeburg PD organises upcoming work assignments into shifts for today and tomorrow. Every shift, officers respond to crimes in progress, and detectives continue their investigations. You can freely move employees between shifts. All officers and detectives possess several important characteristics. Professionalism, which is the thing at the top, shows the overall efficiency level. A figure around 150 is considered average. Any policeman who falls short of this mark is not entirely reliable, while those whose professionalism is considerably higher than average are a safe bet even in a pinch. An individual's level of professionalism may rise and fall over the course of their career. Okay, so that's energy, that's professionalism there, that's energy there. Energy shows how tired your policemen are. The less energy your people have, the less reliable their work, and a policeman who is exhausted might fall asleep at the wheel or make a critical error on the job. Your employees lose 1 point of energy after each working day and restore 1 point after each day of rest. So eventually they will get tired. Okay. Why is there a bottle there? Does he like to drink? I don't understand. Hidden characteristics. Your employees don't tell you everything. Some additional characteristics are hidden from view. For instance, some cops are lazy and will come up with any reason they can think of to take the day off, while others drink too much. So that's his hidden characteristics is he's a drinker. You can only guess about these things. You should be able to draw your own conclusions based on the behaviour. Okay. So that's shift B. So we've got, these are detectives. We've got Mole. I can't, oh my god, 5. How old are you? Can I fire you? I guess I can't really do anything here. I'm not quite sure what that is, but let's just start the day. And I'm sure we'll learn as we go. Okay, shift B, July 16th. So we've got SWAT apparently. Oh, we've taken the cigar off. We've blown the smoke out. So this is our town. We've got $2,400. It's not very much. Responding to calls is the bread and butter of police work. You'll need to send your officers to the crime scene before the timer expires. A mark on the map shows where the call came from. The farther away the destination is, the longer it will take your officers to travel back and forth, so the longer your people will be tied up and unavailable for upcoming work. Okay, so this is... Easiest way to determine how difficult a task might be is to check how many units you're allowed to send on the call. The more units you can send, the more serious the alleged threat. Particularly risky missions give you the option of sending SWAT. They must be accompanied by at least one officer. The number of slots is not the only thing to consider. Any available information from the location of the crime scene to the presence of weapons and so on, all this can tell you how seriously each case should be taken. A mission might look simple at first glance until it turns into a brutal meat grinder. Or a serious call can come in which turns out to be a false alarm. So this one is a married couple exited a convenience store and saw a van in the parking lot back over a homeless man who'd been digging through a trash can. The driver jumped out to help, but once he saw that he hit a bum, he got back in the van and drove quickly away. So I'm actually going to send Tsubaki there on their own. I'm going to see if that's going to be... Okay, so... Oh, cool, you can see the line heading out there. Okay. We have no other messages. The last picture show theatre. A theatre manager reports that during a showing of Citizen Kane, a drunk man attempted to force his way into the theatre carrying a snowboard decorated with the word Rosebud. When he was denied entry, he violently attacked the cashier who is currently fighting with the theatre security guard. So I'm going to send Price, and I'm going to send Asano. Yep. So they're off on that one. We have no messages. We have no active calls at the moment. You can, oh, okay, so you can see that that's the travel time out, and I guess it'll be the same kind of travel time back. It's been a bit of a long drive out there. So I guess it shows... Oh, cool. Hit and run. Report. When everything goes well, the police capture the criminals and nobody dies. But the truth is sometimes the criminals manage to escape. Just try to avoid any dead cops or civilians. Dead cops will hurt your roster, and dead citizens bother the mayor even more than living ones. Offender escaped, officer unharmed. Also, she lost 10 because we only sent one person. Bugger. Okay. So they're at the call now. Let's look at the report. Offender escaped. Civilian killed. Oh, that's not a good start to the day, is it? Oh, okay. Okay, we've got one down here. Let's have a look. Teenagers armed with a shotgun robbed a videotape store and made off with a whole collection of adult movies. The criminals fled in a car, but the store manager wrote down the car's license plate. The owner is one Janet Brown who lives in the suburbs. Alright, I'm going to send you and Austin. Can't send support, can't send swap, but with 250 and a 90 is pretty good. 150's average, remember? And what's this one? Johnson, Jurgen, and Katz. A brother and sister clash with each other over their deceased father's will. According to one of the lawyers, we don't dare separate them, and our security guard is off duty tonight. So let's send you two, just to make sure that it works, and now we're probably going to get something come up. These guys are almost back now. This person is useless. I mean, you probably are the one, this fight, you're probably the person who got that civilian killed. So, it's 4 o'clock, what's this one? Ghetto. A passerby saw some teenagers attack an elderly musician, then run away with his guitar and money. Let's send all of them, hey? We're just going to send all of them, because Price is pretty useless, but maybe that 5 will be what makes the difference. We've got the SWAT team. Okay, we've got a situation here. When your cops aren't sure how to proceed, they might contact you and ask you how to handle the situation. Try to deal with whatever comes up, but don't waste all your time on this stuff. You have plenty of other problems on your plate. So is time still going to tick over while we're in here? No, it's stopped. Okay. The vehicle in question is parked right outside the Brown residence. The sounds of moaning and loud laughter can be heard through the living room window. Okay, so they had a shotgun. Let's sneak into the house. This seems like a great plan. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Yes, that actually went well. We snuck in and we caught them, so that actually went okay. Fight report. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Civilians unharmed. Excellent. So we don't actually have any available officers at the moment. They're almost about to be back. And I guess the timer that you see on those things, as it ticks down, you do have enough time to kind of prioritize things and decide if you can get there at the latest point. Offender escaped, officers unharmed, and no civilians killed. That's good. I reckon it's you that's causing all the problems, Price. Because you are pretty old. Oh, so you are how old? Political views unknown. Seems to have an alcohol problem. Political views unknown. Political views unknown. Political views unknown. Political views unknown. Okay, so we got to 8 o'clock and we're ending the day. That seems like not a very long day. If you think you'll need a couple of extra hands tomorrow, you can order any cop to come in and work overtime. But if they're working flat out, they'll be much more exhausted. Someone's bound to make a mistake. How would I do that? Order to work tomorrow. Oh, okay, we've got shift A and shift B. Some of these guys are pretty decent. Okay, let's just end the day. We're just going to let that run because I don't think we're going to need anybody on the very first night.
Used to be when I asked Kendrick to stay late at the office, he liked to grumble and crack wise. Nowadays, he doesn't have the strength for it. Slumped shoulders, blank stare, wrinkled skin. The past few weeks, I don't hardly recognize my old friend. In his younger years, he reminded me of a gallant royal officer in an old Kipling story. Kendrick isn't just crumbling under the weight of the public pressure, but from the shame of it all. Internal Affairs raided the library he inherited from his grandfather, hoping they'd find buckets of cash stashed in the pages. Heard about the look on his face, the fearless policeman standing helpless in horror. I've known Francis for 30 years. The past 20 years he's played loose with the law. And I know that at a certain point, every stolen dollar brings more misery than anything else. Probably sounds crazy, but I sympathize with the guy. What can I do? Your friends are your friends, and these are the waters we swim in.
Called all of the people on that list today. Now they know you're in business, so you could get a call from any of them. You don't need to worry about any of them. I've cleared them all.
And what kind of business are we talking here?
It's nothing too serious, just like you asked. Should be just a few small favors. Payments will vary depending on the situation and who you're dealing with. How much are you looking to earn?
$500,000.
$500,000? Why not a whole million?
Because everybody wants to take $1 million. Figured I'd try something different.
$500,000
Awesome.
in 180 days? Well, you could earn it all above board if you netted all the big fish and hit all your bonuses.
Never knew you for a fisherman.
Well, you never got into my business, and I'm not trying to get into yours. But be careful about bringing in any other cops. Sooner or later, they'll put the finger on you. And one more thing, Jack. I remember what you said, but I should probably add one more name to that list. Christopher Sand.
Sand. Christopher G. Sand. Everyone knows the name, but few could tell you who he is. The old man stays away from the spotlight. Always wears old-fashioned jeans and knitted sweaters. Gives to charity. Rarely attends social events. An avid hunter, I hear. Even dabbles in poetry. You'd never guess he's the head of the oldest and most powerful gang in the city. Goes back as far as his great-grandfather. And Sand is strict about following the old rules. He rarely involves himself in commonplace murders and robberies. Hardly needs to intimidate anyone to get his point across. The people who work for him each have their sphere. They provide protection where needed, even work with the authorities when they want to make a deal. Meanwhile, Sand pulls the strings without getting his hands dirty. People sometimes mistake his quiet approach. A couple years ago, an arms dealer decided to expand its business without asking permission, and his whole family paid the price. In 4 weeks, Sand killed 31 people. Old men, women, even a few teenagers. And Sand's people made sure every paper reported it. Frank, I don't want to hear you say that name again.
Jack, please, listen to me. I'm in with these guys.
We agreed, Frank. That's not the kind of business I'm into. I don't go there. Never have, never will.
All right, so I guess what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing some favours for some dodgy people to try and make $500,000 for our retirement. I think this is probably the best place to leave this one, guys. So this is the police, and we're only just really starting to get into it. We've only had one day where we've got to actually do anything, and the rest has been plot and cutscenes and stuff like that. So I hope you're kind of still sticking around. But the voice acting is pretty damn awesome, and I think this game looks really cool. So, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Any hints or questions or suggestions or whatsoever, please do leave them down below in the comments. We will be back in the next one to start day 3. I'll see you guys next time.